Station, everyone. Welcome back to TM Nerdy. I am TM, and today I'm going to have a guest, none other than Bobby Del Ghetto. But before I do that, I just want to give a thanks to three people who just became a Patreon. First off, Tomorrow Cinema. Second, Eric. Third, Fable. Thank you guys for becoming Patreons to my channel. I appreciate you guys. All right, I am starting this PCP off live Wednesday streams right now. It starts off the PCP live streams Wednesday. We'll start off with me. Next up will be over at Big Herm Collectibles at 6:30 Eastern. It'll be him and Sam from Sam's Tangled Web doing a live talking about Daredevil. And then after that, I will be on Tomorrow Cinema's channel with Rock and Robbie, Nick from Nick Comic Culture, and Cryo Prime. So you won't want to miss that. So it's 3 live streams from the PCP Army. Backlog Bros. All right. So I'm going to introduce a guy who's been in this game for years. He's been in it, hasn't stopped, been collecting for many, many years. He's old enough to be my father. Let's welcome him, Bobby Del. Welcome, Bobby.
Station.
How's it going, my
brother?
friend?
Good, man. Good.
All right. Well, I have you on this channel today to delve into a little bit of your comic history, to talk about how you started, what started you, maybe the year that you started. And I got to stop and ask, what's with the mask?
Yeah, well, it's like they say when you're collecting comics, I caught so many bricks, you know what I mean? I caught bricks to the face, so my face is horribly discarded. I don't want to throw off any young children that might view this on rerun or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I wear the mask to, protect my family and stuff. Plus, I'm a mystery. I'm like a conundrum wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a flour tortilla, man.
All right, then. All right, well, let's get into it. I just actually, let's say hello to the chat. First off, we have Eric, Station Eric. We have Maria Reyes, Station Maria.
Yes,
John Thomas. Jennifer from Comics Will Break Your Heart. Station, thank you for stopping by. John Thomas.
JT.
Station, Justin. And jump up here, we have Nick from Comic Culture. Station.
Big Station and Nick.
And Big Herm from Big Herm Collectibles. Station, my friend. All right. So, Bobby, tell me, how did you get started into comics?
Well, it started, years and years ago, of course, yeah, being, it ties in with my childhood. I had 2 older siblings. I was the runt of the family and shit. I had 2 older brothers. They were a year apart from each other. And I'm 9 years down from them. So I was born in 65 and there was Batman 66 came out. So I don't remember a time when I don't remember where there wasn't a Batman and Superman. They were just ingrained into my DNA and stuff. Yeah, it was just, I always knew about them because of my older brothers. Like I said, they collected magazines, but back then comics were just biodegradable. They just threw them in a box. They didn't know about bagging and boarding and all that. They collected everything from Mad Magazine to Hot Stuff and Casper the Friendly Ghost. There was a few superhero titles in there, Spider-Man. I was just a tiny little kid, but it struck me. I liked this, and I was dyslexic in reading. I was looking like I could have probably done manga real good because I was always looking at things the opposite way. But I had to train my eye to figure things out. Like comics helped me as far as learning to read and to get my dyslexia down. It kind of saved my, I had an affection for it. But it wasn't until years later when we moved into these apartments and it was a 7-Eleven. Of course, a lot of people's origins involve a 7-Eleven and a spinner rack. And well, this kid, he had some comics he showed me. This was the comic right here. It was I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the Avengers. Boom, 127 there. Yeah, he informed me that the Avengers was the greatest team going. Nobody could beat them, and my lack of comic knowledge, I couldn't dispute it. But all those characters on there, that fascinated me, and I was interested. I was like, wow, what's this all about? And then it just so happened I went to that 7-Eleven on a spinner rack that same day, and I found this was my original copy. I read it so much that the cover came off. I think I used to sleep with it under my pillow. That's why I can't sleep so good at night now. Yeah, it's it was the continuation of that story, and it was Fantastic Four issue 150. And I got me a better copy now. I found, since then I found me this. This is that's what the cover looks like. Yeah, it's got.
That's
you
nice.
That for a quarter. The Fantastic Four, the Avengers, the Inhumans, and a big giant Ultron 7. Yeah, and I was like, wow. I was just I was hooked. Right then is when I developed. I had a comic book Jones. Yeah.
So you've been collecting for how many years now?
I'd say, well, according to this comic, because this was the first one that I bought where I decided I'm going to collect, and that was 1974. So 45 years. Yeah, 45 years.
And never stopped. Just continued going with collecting.
There was a few spots, up and down where life takes you. When finances or whatever, you can't always keep up. And I had my ups and downs, as far as what I still, be collecting. But no, I always came back, yeah, there was a time there where I was almost out, but then I picked up a copy of Marvel Zombies, and that drew me right back in. And yeah, I've been collecting. Yeah, I'm back in it. It's probably harder than ever.
Yeah. I got a question from the chat. Copy 801 is asking, how many books do you got?
That's what I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure how many books I got.
You probably have a ton of books that is just like overpiled.
Yeah.
Question I got is where do you vary? Like, are you more DC or are you more Marvel, or are you just split in between?
I'm more Marvel, but I'm everything. I like everything comics. Station to everything comics. Bullseye Bob, yeah, because I love everything from the Stone Age, which is pre-Golden Age. That's the stuff they carved on the walls, on the pyramids and stuff, all the way to a bubblegum Bazooka Joe comic book. Any characters on there. I love comics. So I love independent, underground. But primarily, Marvel drew me in, and I'm a Fantastic Four guy. The Thing was I gravitated towards him. He was my favorite character, still my longtime favorite character. He seemed like the one that I had, like I told you, I had reading issues. And when I came in, he was the guy I could identify with because he talked like a regular human being, for me, where the Thor was always this, thine, and thou, and talking poetically. And Peter Parker, he was cool when he was slick when he was Spider-Man, but he had to run home and get milk and cookies and make sure his aunt was, was safe and everything, And but the Thing was the one that just drew me in. Yeah, so I stuck with him. It took me about 2 years to find my LCS, which is Clint's Comics. Yeah. I was collecting off the rack. And you don't know what you're going to get on the rack from week to week. Yeah, you just go down there and look.
Yeah. So you gravitate more of the Thing. So I'm guessing your collection has a high amount of Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, yeah, and the Thing team ups. I collected the full run on that, and but comics were only a quarter then, and so yeah, I ventured out to the Avengers, the X-Men, the Hulk. I liked it, Batman and Superman and those, but the DC was always, their stories weren't always connected until I got into Teen Titans. Yeah, that's what because I was into the characters so much, I really wasn't into the writers or the artists. I would just skip over that. I admit to it now that was not good of me. As a kid, I was a little kid, but when I got older, my favorites were George Perez and John Byrne. You know, those artists just attracted me. Whatever they were working on, I would go check it out. So when George Perez and Marv Wolfman went to the Teen Titans, I was like, oh shit, yeah, DC. Oh, excuse my language. I said DC might be. You know, it got me into DC. I started collecting everything DC, and then I found I like the obscure ones. You know, the older, quirkier guys like Metamorpho and the Metal Men, and yeah, all those off the wall guys and stuff. I found whenever I'd find a new group of characters that I'd find a picture of who are all these people, and I wanted to find out who they are, what's their story, and like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So like you are picking up DC now. Like DC is like continuing with their stories. So like you picked up a lot of comics back in the day. Are you continuing to pick up a lot of comics still to this day?
Not a lot. Not a lot. I gotta be choosy, yeah, because I found a cure for the FOMO is when you got no mo. You know what I mean? When your money runs out, and that kind of limits you down on your decisions. You gotta really. I like to go. I don't have a pull box because I don't know. I don't want to stick them with a bunch of comics. Money, as being an artist type, I know money comes and goes. And when I have it, you know what I mean, I'll go down there and I'll spend it. But I don't want to like get a bunch of stack and then not be able to pick up, you know. So I just want to go in there. And my LCS, they know me. I go in there and I browse around and I pick and choose what I want. Yeah, I'm still with the Fantastic Four. That's a steady one I go. But these other titles, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. They talk about these independents, and I'm like, I'm not going to get it. And then I see that blank cover because I'm right now. I like the blank cover. People like different cover artists, but I'm a sucker for the blank cover because I see the potential in it. Where someone you could get an artist to draw on it, or worse off, you could do something on it yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you talk about your LCS. Do you want to tell us who your LCS is and let us know who they are? And that I guess you're a big supporter of your LCS.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Like I said, it took me a couple of years to find them, but when I did, you know, I found my second home. I would just keep to myself. I'd go in there and listen to the old folks talk, but you know, like I said, going there for years and years, you know, they've seen the birth of my son, and you know, I've grown up. I've seen people there that, you know, it's just how time passes. But it's Clint's Books and Comics. Yeah, I got the boom. I'm right here on the. Yeah, they're over 50 years, brick and mortar. Yeah, 54 years. So I was happy when I found them. Yeah. They're not so much into slabbing or nothing like that. It's just a bookstore. They've been there for years. They got DC, Marvel, Independent. They carry all that, but they just sell it on the stand. You just come in, shop, and boom. Yeah, yeah. But it's like I found it. I think it's a nexus in my universe where, like, if I was to be sucked into another parallel universe, if I could find Clint's, I think it's over there too, then I'll be all right and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll find my way home. Shit. Station Fable.
So you said
I made it on TV. Look, I'm big. I'm in Canada.
So you gravitated Byrne as an artist, and that throughout the years, who have you come to really enjoy their art, or who have you figured out you like as a writer?
Yeah, I was all about the artists. I mean, I love them. It's hard, you know. I love them all. Yeah, it's just so many great ones. And just recently, I've gotten into writers, and because I've met so many great ones. Being here from Kansas, yeah, I'm in the middle of Kansas City, Kansas. Yeah, I'm in the ghetto of the heart of Kansas City, Kansas. Yeah, and that's what. Shout out to Como Comics, Drew. If you see this. I know you're a Clay Como. That's just around I'm sure we ran into each other at the Comic Cons, but I didn't know you now, but I'll be looking for you next time I go out there. Yeah. And so I met so many great writers. Yeah. That, you know, once you meet them and stuff that being here in Kansas, I'm lucky that right now there's a lot of talent coming out of here. There's I've met Scotty Young and Jason Aaron. I'm partial to them because, like I said, they're here from my city, And so, yeah, and I've met him a few times. So nice guys. Yeah. And Mr. Zeb Wells, I met him. And like I said, it's just, I was always about the art, but now I've learned the writer, he holds a big part of it. And so it could be a pretty book, but if it's a great story, you need that combination working together. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've met one of my favorite artists slash writers, Jim Valentino. So how is that? I heard he's a great guy to meet.
Definitely. Yeah. He was super great. Yeah. I mean, it's just, that's the thing. When you meet your heroes, yeah, it's just, they say, be careful meeting your heroes, but that's where you got to be careful because they become like friends. You feel like they become like friends. And then when you see their work on the stands, you're like, I got to pick this up. I got to keep on, supporting my friend and seeing him through and everything. That's the great thing about it. Yeah. Yep.
So what did you get signed from him? Do you have anything you want to show off that you got signed from him or anything that you'd like to show the community?
Yeah. Not from him. I don't have nothing handy, but I got one of my Grails is or whatever. I got that giant size X-Man one there. It's a low grade, right? But I picked it up maybe $20 or something a few years ago. But I got that Mr. Dave Cockrum. I got his John Henry Hancock right across the top there. Yeah. So that means a lot to me. But it's just amazing. So many in that. But a guy that means a lot to me is this gentleman here. His name is Steve Lytle. Yeah. He was from Kansas City, a Kansas City artist. If you're not familiar with his art, please look it up and find him because this guy did some beautiful work. I met him here several times. He'd be at all the Comic-Cons. He just passed away this year from the COVID. Yeah, I got my man and stuff, right? And so, but I'm just telling you, go out, check this guy's work out because he's the man and stuff. Steve Lytle. Yeah, he was from here in Kansas City, and I met him. He was one of the first guys I met, and it was an artist from Kansas City. I was like, wow, if he, he's doing it, and he putting out some beautiful work. He worked on X-Men covers, and he worked on DC Legion of the Superheroes. People consider that, one of the best runs. He worked for Marvel and DC, Spider-Man, and a lot of things. Yeah. And so I really miss that guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he was down to earth. He would always answer any questions and you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those people you hate to miss and shit. Yeah. That's the trouble with when you meet, these cool people is just, yeah, you never know. But I'm going to meet him again in the big Comic-Con in the sky and shit for sure. Yeah.
So, is there any writers that you've fallen in love with throughout the years?
Yeah, I say my Steve Englehart. Steve Englehart. He's the one that wrote that Avenger one he was from he's an older master and stuff. As a kid, I didn't realize I was reading his stories. Those are the ones that Steve Englehart, Roy Thomas. Those are the guys that from my childhood that I was reading these books and I'm hanging. And Marv Wolfman, yeah, there's just so many. It's just so many. Yeah, I love them all. Yeah. Yep.
So what are you reading and collecting right now? Like today is New Comic Book Day. Happy New Comic Book Day, everyone out there. Station. What are you picking up today? What did you pick up already?
See, I'll have to go down there and look. I'm gonna go down there, plan to go browse around. I like to get down there and because I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure to tell you the truth.
You don't have a regular pull box. You just go down there and see whatever piques your interest, and you pick it up.
I go down there, exactly, feel the vibe and stuff. Yeah, exactly. I don't try to I don't really get that FOMO or like I have to have this or I have to have that or I mean, if I do get that because that's what I've been collecting a long time, but this YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff's new to me and stuff. All this technology is fun and new. The community, for me, the community was only my LCS and the Comic Cons. I started going to Comic Cons, and that, you know, that was a big thing for me. Every year I would just save some money up, get my butt in there, and get, you know, meet these guys and stuff. That was my big thing. But now I've found the community on, you know, I found you guys and stuff. I found all these different channels and stuff, and people talking about comics. It's interesting. I like it. You know what I mean? So I think that's cool and shit. Thank you for letting me in here and stuff. Yeah, for letting me guys, for, you know, part of this and stuff, because I dig it. Yeah.
No. Thanks for joining us. Like, it's just amazing to see somebody with the knowledge that you have. Like, Fable is right. You have a ton of knowledge. You're just a great community member. You show a lot of love in this community as well. So I'm grateful to know you.
Hell yeah, brother. Yep.
Station to you, Bobby.
Thank you, son. Thank you. Before, I got this here. I was talking about my man Steve Lytle. I just took this off the wall, but this is a sketch he did for me. There's some original art. That, you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be my skull right there. So full of comic knowledge that, that Venom can't even contain it. It's got the Kirby Crackle on it. It's got my boy, Steve Lytle. Like I said, he did this for me. Yeah, these are the keys. You know, the gems in my Infinity Stone are my original artwork. Yeah, those are the ones I grail after.
That's amazing, man.
Station Bob. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Want to give a shout out to.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to, earlier I wanted to give a shout out to the real heroes, you know, the men and women, the first responders and stuff, the people that serve the country and all these hardworking, you know, people of the community. Like I said, man, I wanted to give them guys a big station. And I want to give a station to the Rogue Trader and his wife that does that work with the community. If you please look on them, TM can give you their information. But give a big station to them. I appreciate the hard work that y'all do, and keep it up. Yep.
Well said. You're not just into comics and into artists, but you actually draw yourself. And that is there any drawings you have near or on your Instagram? Do you post any of your drawings?
Yeah, I try to post all my stuff on Instagram. Yeah, it's Bobby De La Ghetto 1. So please come check that out. Yeah, I just got this one handy though. The issue that my original first comic I ever owned, I made a cover for it. Yeah, that I drew. There's everybody on it. It's not one of my best, but I have it handy. Yeah, I did my own sketch cover. Boom, there it is. Fantastic Four 150. Yeah, that's the cover that should have been. It should have been everybody like that jumping on.
That is amazing.
But I do I do this repurposed art too, where I got a piece right here where this was something I found at the thrift store, and then I changed it up and made it into Deadpool. Yeah, and that's what
that's
I
right.
Myself on.
I
do different ones.
Like the king of yard sales and thrift stores. You find gold and stuff that nobody else can find, and it's just amazing seeing you share those with us.
That's a big thing, right? I'm into recycle. You know what I mean? When you ain't got, that's what my art, where the Bobby De La Ghetto is that I try to create something out of, you know, just whatever I have. I'll use whatever I have to try to create to what, you know, I try to turn something from this into that. I don't know. I find a piece of so-called trash and then superhero it out or whatever, if you will, and try to repurpose it. And people, you know, I've had some positive responses, so I you know, I'm keeping it up. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yep. Yeah, that Deadpool is just so you found that at just a thrift store.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
I like those weird kind of unique collectibles. Like nobody's collecting them, but you have it. So
I'll only make a one of one too. Every piece I do is unique like Snowflake. Yeah, I don't believe in mass producing. I only make one and then that's it. Yeah, that one, and then I go on and do something else and shit. Yeah.
So you wanna tell people where they can find your art, like what your Instagram is again?
Yeah, it's at Bobby De La Ghetto 1. Yep. I chose that handle, De La Ghetto, because I'm trying to, represent the people of the ghetto for the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? The people out there in the neighborhoods that aren't all that great, but they're still people. You know what I'm saying? Hardworking people, and they just, yeah. And that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, straight.
So is there any current artists that you're enjoying right now?
That's a good one. The current artists that I'm enjoying now. Damn, yeah, came out of left field with that one. Yeah, I don't know. That Shannon Muir, some of them covers, like you said, though, it's just, yeah. Right now, I've been on a big old school kick. I've been going back and looking at all my old. For some reason, I'm on a John Buscema kick, and I've been just, I guess they call it nostalgia. I don't know. I've been going back and looking at all my old stuff. Yeah, I love all this new stuff, but some of there's a lot coming out. There's a lot of things going. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I like the old school stuff, like the '90s stuff really hits home for me because that's my era. So like a lot of Jim Valentino stuff, a lot of image stuff is just, I'm gravitating towards those right now. I'm picking up a lot of back issues from those. And so when I seen like Blowtorch, that exclusive from Bueller, that just screams '90s image right there. So I like immediately just was like, okay, I'm getting that. Like both covers, both Blowtorch and Chess from Second Sight, just look amazing. Are you going to be picking up either of those?
I'm not sure. I'll probably look for that Blowtorch. Yeah, when I go down there today. Yeah. There's just so much
came out today as well for some shops. I don't get them, so I have to find another source. So I'll probably just buy them straight off of them.
Yeah.
What do you like? What do you think about Inyok Lee?
Yeah, I'm down with him. Yep. I like him a lot. Yeah.
So you've been to a ton of cons. How many people have you met? Like, who have you met throughout the years?
Man, I hate to be name dropper, but yeah, it's one on my earliest, some of my earliest ones where I met right off the bat. I met John Byrne and George Perez, and that was big for me because those were, like I said, those were the guys I grew up with. And here in Kansas City, cons were not very big. They started off small. They've gotten bigger and bigger. So it was easy to get up and talk to them, and there would be no line, or if there'd be a line, it would move out, and you could come back and just sit down and talk with them. It was pretty cool. But I met some of the greats, the masters, or the old Kurt Swan, for instance. Yeah, he's Superman. For years and years, he's the old Superman master. And it was great meeting him and Neil Adams, and just so many, man, so many. Yeah, just crazy.
And then Fable has a question for you that leads right into it. How many signatures would you say you have, Bobby?
I don't know the exact number, but yeah, taking account right now, I have 2 long boxes and 4 short boxes full of autographs. Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
You've never had any of them CGC'd, but you did recently send a box off to CGC for the very first time.
Exactly. Yeah. After all these years of collecting, like I knew about, I'd go to the cons and I'd see these slabs and, these comics, these golden age, and they're high expensive. But I kind of knew about what it was, but I didn't know. And so I was always, I didn't know what it was. And they started coming to the cons, the CGC people. And then, I asked them what, I just thought you came up there with your book, you get it graded, and boom. No, there was like, you got to send it off and applications and this and that. I was like, my eyes glazed over. I was like, oh shit. So it wasn't until recently where I started watching, these videos on, I got a, station to Reggie Collects and Comic Tom, all these guys that give you all these information, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't, because the only thing I knew about slabs was barbecue, you know what I'm saying? Station to Rosedale Barbecue, the best slab, still smoking after 45 years yet. And but so they broke it down and they tell you, so I said, I think I got some that are slab worth. I need to get some liquidation. I need to turn some of this into some money because I've had it for years and years. There's a few I got that are considered whatever, old, rare. And so that's what I finally did. I submitted 27 books. They're down there in Florida now. I never did it before. And so this is a new thing for me. I'm both excited and nervous, hoping they come through with some good grades, and I don't, if I told you I have a love-hate relationship with plastic. There's certain things of plastic I love. I'm guilty of it. I'm part of the problem. I love action figures. And as soon as you buy a comic, you bring it home and you put it in plastic and stuff, and, but I see the plastic on the environment. I see when they open up birds and fishes and they have all this plastic in them. Like I said, I don't know the answer to it. I know I have questions and I have quandaries, but it concerns me. Yeah, there's way too much plastic. And now I'm getting things encased in plastic. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm part of the problem too. So, but yeah, going back to, I hope they come back with good grades because I need to. Right now, I'm at a point where I got to turn some of this over and try to make the hobby pay for itself, like I learned from these guys and shit. Yeah, Station, Jim Mint, and all you guys. I appreciate all the content you guys put out because this stuff is. I thought I knew about comics, but there's a whole side of comics that I didn't know. Yeah, I was just buying them, reading them, hoarding them, loving them, and that's it. Yeah, but there's a whole nother thing of getting them graded and getting them. And then see if you put them on the market and see how that goes. Yeah, I don't know. It's a new venture for me. Yeah, even I didn't know about cleaning comics. You know what I mean? Cleaning and pressing. I didn't know what that was. When I first heard a guy talking about dry cleaning and pressing, I thought about how you get your comics dry clean. I told my brother, man, you get your comics dry clean like George Jefferson. They was like, what? So I was like, that's different. Yeah, that's crazy. And but since I've learned now, I've done, I get the cotton ball and I wipe it. I know that I don't know enough. Like I said, if you want your stuff cleaned and pressed, call a master like the Rogue Trader. Shout out and shit. Yeah. But I'm learning this.
So, the Rogue Trader, if you're not subbed up to the Rogue Trader, his description his link to his channel is down in the description down below.
Yep. So, but so I got some of my old comics and I got some cotton balls and I'm gently wiping them off. And I was like, this guy's grit on it. This grit was from my hands from way back in 1976 or whatever. You know what I mean? Wow. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's just the love of comics. And I've always had it. And as far as I know, I always will. Yep.
So with your signed books, do you think you'll send those off to CBCS?
That's going to be the plan. Yeah. Hopefully when these other ones come back and if I can liquidate and turn this over, and I would like to get some of these, some of these signatures verified and slabbed up and set away because I have a granddaughter now and I'm thinking about for in the future, she can have some of this stuff and whether she decides to sell it or hold on to it for her grandkids, that'll be up to her.
Yep. Yeah, as long as it goes towards her, that's all that matters.
Yep, exactly.
So out of your however many short boxes you have signed, because you have a lot, what is the grails out of those? What is the top ones that you love? Is there a short box just put aside for this is the best short box of signatures I have?
Usually, I put them away like when I get them. It's just the year of this year Comic Con. I put these guys here, and this year here, and this year here. But it's hard to rate on favorites on that. Like I said, I've met so many great folks, so many great artists and people, and unfortunately, there's like some people that we lost that you, they won't get autographs again from them. There was a chance at one of the last cons I went to before Stan Lee died. He was there. I didn't get a chance to get his autograph. It was hectic. The lines were long and money was low, and so I regret not getting his autograph. But I seen him from afar. But it's one of those things that, man, I'm sure it wasn't the line. I'm not intimidated from waiting in line, but it was the money thing that was the low part. And so, yeah, I didn't get a chance to meet him. But hopefully, like I say, I'll meet him again someday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Big question is, do you have anything signed from Jack Kirby?
No. That's why they say comics will break your heart, because I never got a chance to meet Jack Kirby. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a big one. But you said you did get burned, so
yeah, I got a lot of burns and stuff, because I'm sure I was annoying. Back then, I was pretty ballsy. Like I said, if you get a chance when they have Comic Cons again, and if you should go, and you go to get signatures, it's just be patient. If I can give you any advice, it's just be patient, and because usually when you're in line, there'll be a long line, but there's people in the line and you get to talking with them. What are you getting signed? And next thing you know, the line moves right along. That's usually not a problem. But it's just when you get up to the, just be your natural self and be gracious and stuff. Come with your heart, with your hat in your hand, and be respectful. And, the artists are usually there to please you and to make sure you have a good time and promote their comics. And usually, yeah. And kids, they'll sign anything for a kid. So, if you take your kids with you, definitely, it's a good time. Yeah.
Sorry, I just got noisy here. Had myself muted, but yeah, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought with the noise right now.
Station Jennifer.
You guys are not subbed up to Jennifer. Go sub up to Jennifer. She just hit 500.
Yep.
So you got tons of things signed. I do plan to go to Comic-Con here soon. I actually myself just sent off a few books to get cleaned and pressed. I sent them to the Rogue Trader, and he's going to send them off to CGC for me. My plan is there is I think 2 books that I'm keeping for myself just to get graded in that. Then the rest I am planning on selling so I could use that money to save up and go to the Comic-Con. It won't be this year, probably next year. The Comic-Con in Niagara Falls. That would be my very first Comic-Con that I've ever gone to.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Slowly I turned. Yep. I haven't been to many. I've only been to one out of town Comic-Con, which was in Minnesota out there. Yeah, stationed to Manny to Chamorro, my boy out there. I only been out there one time. And but all the other ones have been here in Kansas City. Yeah, Kansas City Comic-Cons. Yeah, like I said, they usually have one good one a year, and they've gotten bigger and bigger. Like when Todd McFarlane came, he was the first guy that, I've met Jim Lee a couple times, and he I couldn't believe how cool he was, and just it was no problem. I got up there, he signed a few things. Now it'd probably be a long super line. But when I met McFarlane, yeah, there was one of those corral lines where they were like, you had to have tickets, and they were taking. And that was the first time I was like, wow, you couldn't sit down and chit chat with him for long. It was like, hi, how you doing? He signed a few things, and it was like move right along. Yeah. Usually when you meet a comic book, when I meet somebody, you sit there and you can talk to them for a few minutes. You wait while people are getting things signed, and you get to talk to them and ask them, what kind of music do you listen to, and what's your favorite drink or whatever you get. It's fun, it's always a good time. Mm-hmm.
So you do have stuff signed from McFarlane?
Yeah, I was able to get about 3 or 4 autographs from him. Met him one time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got my Spawn #1, and I think a Spider-Man #1, and his trading card. Yeah, it's Todd McFarlane trading card. Uh-huh.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
have you got signatures from all the Image Boys?
Not all of them, but I met a few. I've met Will Pistachio. He was real nice. Yeah, and Jim Lee, like I said, and your boy Valentino. Uh-huh, yeah. And of course McFarlane. Yeah. And I haven't met Liefeld. I haven't met him yet.
Did you say, what about Larson?
Eric Larson. No, I would love to meet him. Yeah, I would love to meet him. Yeah, I don't believe he's come to town, but if he came, I'd wait in line for sure.
Yeah. And then Jim Lee, you've met. What about Silvestri?
No, never
No.
met him. He's another one that I'd love to meet. Uh-huh. Yep, yeah. Every year, like this will be the last one I go to. I ain't going to no more because they're hectic, crowded, costing more. By the time if I come out with an original sketch, I'm like, yeah, who's coming next year? Yeah, I'm going back for more. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do good in crowds, so that's the only problem I have with going to a Comic-Con, but like I want to go to one at least once. So
Yeah, yeah.
I like either I don't think about it and just do it, or I think about it and I just overthink about it and I just say, oh no, it's too crowded and not go. So I just gotta
But
just go.
if your boy Jim Valentino was there and it was crowded, I think you'd wait for him, man. Get
Yeah,
his autograph.
I would. I would. There'd be no question about that. I'd be overnighting it.
Yeah. Oh, there goes my granddaughter.
Another question I have, because I am a big fan of Kevin Smith. I like all of his movies and that, and he was into comics for a little bit and writing comics. Some not so great, some were so great. Um, did you get anything signed from Kevin Smith at all?
I haven't met Kevin Smith. I met Jason Mewes. I met him. Yeah, I went up and got his autograph. He was there signing. They have celebrities that come, and something drove me over there to get his autograph. He was real cool, man. He came over and he's taking pictures with his camera, with your phone, taking selfies. You know, he took about 4 or 5 pictures, and I was able to give him a piece of artwork. That's what I do when I started creating my. I don't know if it's artwork or I just can't leave well enough alone. You know, when I do these things that I do, but I go to these cons, I take some things with me, and then when I meet people, like if I hear someone's coming, like Colin Bunn's coming, and I make a little figure of one of, like I did a Trog, a little Thor frog, and so when he came, I gave it to him. I mean, of course, when you give somebody something, you don't know how they're going to take it because, you're like, here, I carved, your head out of macaroni, you know what I mean? Whatever. And they're like, oh, great, thank you, and they could throw it away later, but whatever. But usually it's always, usually they always appreciate it. They seem to like it and stuff. I bring just a little something to give them. And so, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do.
That's right. You don't just draw and do art and that. You make little figures.
Yeah,
And that, and
exactly.
you're pretty good at it, I must say.
Thanks, man. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
do you have
So
any to show off? I know you've showed off a Comics Will Break Your Heart little Pez dispenser. That was pretty awesome.
yeah.
Do you have anything else to show off?
I got something right handy right here.
Oh wow.
I took it's got cobwebs on. I take a nutcracker and tear them into uh-huh.
That is amazing.
Thanks, man. Yeah. No, it's just repurposed. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I would tell people to do this themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's just take a chance on it. I mean, yeah. Thank you, Jen. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find that Kevin Smith's run on Daredevil. I'm gonna have to find that and read it.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's a good one. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, everybody's loving that Nutcracker.
So yeah, I did a. There's another one here.
I agree, Herm. Show off the Maniac.
There's the Deadpool. He's the king, of course. He's ready to smash these nuts. Yeah. And then I got Iron Man with the chest blast. Yeah. Womp womp. And then I did this guy from what's that Blood? What's that comic? It just came out. Blood.
Which
it's
Blood?
An Image book. Which one?
Which Blood? Or
no, it's an Image comic. I think it ties in with crossover.
Oh, True, or no, Solid Blood.
Solid Blood. There you go. Yeah, I took a little Dollar Tree figure and I created my own. Figure from Solid Blood. Sometimes I can't wait for a figure, so I just make my own.
Herm was saying that you should show off that Maniac one if you have it on you close.
Yeah, I got him right here, the Maniac. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Yeah.
There's the Maniac of New York, everyone.
Yeah. He's a maniac of New York. And he's dancing like he never has before. There you go. Yeah, Solid Blood. Uh-huh.
So do you just make those for fun, or do you actually sell them?
I've sold some before. They used to have a thing called First Fridays here in Kansas City in downtown. They used to the first Friday of the month in the summertime. You could just go down there and set up a table and put your stuff out there, and it would get crowded. There'd be people. There'd be food trucks and music, and I went out there a few times, but then of course people got nutty, and there was some. A shooting and a lady got killed, random, acts of violence and stuff. And they put a squash on that. So I sell some, but normally I just do it because I have to keep my hands in my mind. I have to keep busy. And so I just do that it's for therapy. I think it's for therapy. I always thinking about comics. And so and so now that I've learned about cleaning comics with the little cotton ball, I can keep my hands busy doing that and looking at old comics. So now, I got to get back and do some art though, because but loving my comics is kind of an art too. Mm-hmm.
Right on. Yeah, like, do you do any? You do any? Sell any of your art like on Instagram as well? Like, do you do commissions?
I haven't, but I would. You know what I'm saying? I definitely would, because I do so much. I do so that it gets to be too. Stuff starts to pile up, and so yeah, I would definitely do commissions. I would definitely yeah. I could do that. Yeah.
You heard it here, guys. Hit Bobby up on Instagram. Fable earlier dropped the link to Bobby's Instagram, so go follow him on Instagram. Check out his art. See if you might be interested in giving him some commission work.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just gonna say this. I think whatever you choose to do with your little figures, don't stop making them, because they're just amazing. I love seeing them all the time. Like when you show them off, like they are like, and that's the first time I ever seen the Nutcrackers.
Yeah. They're on the Instagram, but yeah. It's better to act when I can show them up and you can see the size of them and everything. Yeah, exactly. But that's like I was saying, when I meet an artist and I'm able to give them a piece, and then I feel like they take it home with them, and I'm hoping that it's in their studio or something. You know what I mean? That a piece of my art is over there, you know, with them now and stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I feel good about that. There was one con that sticks out to me where I was having a bad Comic-Con. It was just one of those days, crowded and money was tight. Everybody's charging, you know, high and this and that, and I was having a bad day. And I came across his art's in my mind, but now I can't say his fucking name. Oh, Darwin Cook. There you go. Thank you, Lord. Darwin Cook. I came across Mr. Darwin Cook, the late great Darwin Cook, and I gave him one of these Pez's that I made. I had made a zombie Green Lantern Pez, and I think it was in the package, and I gave it to him, and he lit up, and he made a big deal about it, and you know what I'm saying, it made me feel good, and the rest of the, you know, it turned my whole day around, and it's one of those things you don't forget. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it stays with you. And so, yeah, if, like I said, if you get a chance to go to a con, and if you can take the people, I understand where crowds can be too much, but it's definitely worth sticking it out, man, because the memories, you know what I'm saying, that's what we're here for. I love my comics, but love your friends and family, and love the people and stuff, and hang on to them, because yeah, it's the memories that, man, that's what's going to keep you going through this crazy world. Yep. Station, y'all.
Station. All right. With it being New Comic Book Day, I'll just tell you guys what I'm picking up, or what I picked up. I wasn't able to get Nightwing because my shop, there's something going on with it. It took me a half an hour to order my books, which was crazy. But I was able to pick up a few. So Nightwing I wasn't able to get it. Sold out pretty quick. But I got Stray Dogs #3 I'm picking up. Are you picking that up?
Nice. No, I like it though. I mean, what I've seen, I like it all, but I'm not picking it up. No, I haven't yet, but I want to.
Yeah, I urge you to.
Mm-hmm.
Sword #5 I'm picking up. Trying to think of the other ones that I'm picking up now, because I can't find the list.
I'm into that crossover right now. I like that a lot.
Is that this week? That was last week.
Last week, okay.
Yeah.
Ha Ha, I think, isn't that coming out?
Ha Ha is this week. I'm getting that. #4. I picked that one up. Alien #2, of course. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. I picked that up. I was able to get my hands on that, and I'm happy to grab that.
That's Robbie's up.
#1 I'm also picking up.
I was going to say Layla Starr. That's Robbie's pick of the week.
Yeah, and it's also Ron V.
Oh, yeah. Station to Rob, PCP Army, man. Yep.
Yeah. This is the start of the PCP Army Live Wednesday shows. I kick it off, and then over on Big Herm Collectibles, him and Sam are going to be talking about who other than Daredevil. And that's at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, hop on over to Tomorrow Cinema, where they'll be talking about 90s cartoons with none other than Rock and Robbie Live, myself, Nick from Comic Culture, and Cryo Prime. So we'll just be all talking about 90s cartoons and just having a little chat. And that's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I am picking it up. I am trying to track down Blue and Green as well. I think that's the name of it, by Ron V as well.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, like, if you guys have not seen Robbie's interview with Ron V, go check it out. It was amazing.
There's my nephew.
Oh, yeah, Bobby. I forgot all about it, and I'm hoping you have that issue on you. And I want you to tell people what issue it was. because
Yeah,
you were in a comic. You were drawn into a comic.
yeah. I happen to have it right here handy. Yeah. This is the comic that Topher, if you're watching, this is Blue Ocean because nobody knows about this one. Yeah, this is Superman Man of Steel, number 105. Yeah. Written by Mark Schultz and drawn by Doug Mahnke. Yeah. I'm actually right here on page number 9. That's your boy right there. I'm standing there looking at it through a TV through the glass. There it is. Yeah.
That's
So that
awesome.
means a lot for just being a comic book collector. I just got lucky and I made it in a comic. Yeah, and so I can tell my grandkids that your grandpa was crazy. He's into comics, and he was into comics so much he made it in a comic. Yeah, I wanted to be, I wanted to be able to walk through. I wanted to be in DC. This was my first appearance in 2000, but I wanted to be able to cross through Marvel and independent comics. I wanted to show up in Richie Rich and Hellboy, and I wanted to be all over the place. But so far, I've only been able. That's why that book crossover means so much, because I'm trying to cross over. They're trying to cross over into our world. I'm trying to cross over into their world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's possible because I did it. I'm saying for just so anybody can do it because I did it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll even when I go on to the great beyond, I'll be alive in that comic. I'll be in a back issue, bro. You can find it, and I'll be right there with the backlog bros.
What's the backlog, bro?
I'm not sure, but I don't know. But I'll be with them, though. I know that.
Station to the backlog bros, whoever you are. What was the name of that issue again? Just in case anybody's looking to find the issue that Bobby is in, because I'm like that. I am going to be looking for that.
Man of Steel, issue 109.
Man of Steel, issue 109.
I don't know why I can't. Yeah. And then it's Emperor Joker. At the top there, it's the Emperor Joker story. Yeah, where Joker got the powers of Mixoplick and was beating up on Batman, Superman. He was beating up on everybody till I showed up.
That's nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's a big, pinnacle of my collection to actually be in a comic. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a big deal. Like I said, I was at a Comic-Con and I met the great Doug Mahnke, and I explained to him how much I love comics and that I wanted to be like the Rick Jones or the Walt Wingfoot, of comics. I wanted to be just a guy maybe Superman could be saving or, walking down the street or whatever. And so he said he'd put me in a comic. And so I kept looking every month, and sure enough, there I was. Yeah. Yep. And so, I bought like 5 copies. I bought one from my mom, from my friends, and I was like, yeah, look, I finally made it, Ma. Now I finally made it on YouTube. Ma, look, I'm on the big screen.
Here you go. There you're on the big screen.
I made it. I'm coming to join you, y'all. Yep.
That's awesome. So yeah. So will you be picking up Many Deaths to Layla Starr? Did you talk to your shop about that book?
You guys are talking me into it. Yeah, that's the trouble watching you guys. You guys keep talking me into things and stuff.
Oh, come on now. I don't talk anybody into picking up a book. But if you're not picking up Beast Wars, pick it up.
See, I think it was Jen and Jack Kirby that said it best, where comics will break your heart, right? Yeah. But I think it was Ming the Merciless who said it's better to have loved a comic once than to have never read a comic at all. Yep.
Jennifer says you have to buy the Many Deaths to Layla
Starr. Oh, I'll buy it. You got me. Hell yeah. And Mars, shout out to Mars, that comic girl. Yeah, big shout out to Mars and shit. Yep.
If you guys are not subbed up to Comics Will Break Your Heart, go sub up to her, but also go sub up to her lovely co-host, Marsden from That Comic Girl.
Yep.
Two
I did.
great channels, and that like just the best. I try not to miss them, but sometimes I do. But I do catch them on the replay. Don't listen. They talked me into 80% of my collection.
They'll do it, man. They'll do it.
And Fable, I'm pretty sure you're the one that usually forces us. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I always tell people you should pick up Beast Wars. Go pick up Beast Wars. Beast Wars is the best. But that's
Fable
just
got
me.
you on that. Yeah.
I love Beast Wars.
Hell yeah.
And Shadowhawk.
Mm-hmm.
Just get that out there. It's like, how can you not like this guy?
Shadowhawk. Yo.
Also, if you guys missed last night when I decided to make a fool out of myself by going on Lamer Frame, here's my drawings from that night.
No, those are pretty sweet, man. I like them all, but that's the best one. But that Dr. Octopus was real obscure right there. I think he was hitting on,
that was if you guys missed it, that was blindfolded. That's how I draw blindfolded. I had a hat over my face and had to draw Doc Ock blindfolded. So that was a lot of fun. You need to go on that show.
It looks
I'm
like
saying
fun.
Here now, Rod. I know you watch my channel. Rod, have Bobby on Lamer Frame. Also have Gabby, that fantastic girl, on Lamer Frame. She's if you're not subbed up to that fantastic girl, the underscore fantastic GRL. She does a lot of great paintings on her channel, and over on Instagram she does do a lot of paintings as well. So that's Gabby from the Comic Girl.
That's the first time I had seen that Lamer Frame was last night, and that was the first time I had watched Comic Gories or whatever, John and the Kid. And just shout out Jonathan and the Kids, yep. And those are both fun shows. It's a fun program. Like I said, I've been watching more of the YouTube now than regular TV. I like this community. Like I said, thanks again for guys welcoming me in and shit. Yeah, it's fun. You know what I mean? All with you young folks and stuff. I like it and shit. Oh, that's my brother.
Yeah, your brother is asking you a question.
Brother
Are you
Joe.
gonna tell nobody about his mystery box, or are you gonna wait till later?
We'll wait till later. Yeah, about the mystery box I sent you. I think he's talking about.
Yeah, I'll be doing. When I get that, I'll be unboxing it live. So.
Yeah, I was inspired.
Shouting out your shop and that. See what goodies you have sent me. Thank you, by the way, for that. That's just amazing. And thank you to whoever else sent me an AOK. You guys didn't have to. I fought with you guys over not sending me one, but you guys went and did it anyway. And I blame Fable. Just saying it right there. Fable, it's all your fault.
That's what I seen, the one that Jen sent you, and I said, yeah, I was inspired to. I can send something that way to my Canadian brother. Yeah.
And I do appreciate AOKs because, like, I didn't take this off of the backing board, and it's just placed over there. Same with like Bob's photo. I keep that, and like I even keep this, and that's just the box he sent it to me in. And it just says, thank you from Bob. Like, so I kept it because it has his writing on it.
Wow,
so
Bob
I'm a weird stretch collector.
Did Bob draw that dog, his dog? That's a good drawing.
What's that say?
Who's that?
No. I didn't know what that said. But yeah, I like to weird collect stuff, but
Hell yeah.
most of the stuff is toys and that.
Alpha Flight's drying up the syrup.
I am going to be getting North Force. Station Bob. I enjoyed it. Like I know I won it, but I still like it. It's like you watch somebody for long enough, and that like even Bueller and stuff. Like before I even started doing any YouTube or like even getting in chats and that, like I'd sit back like for a while, like for a year or so now. I've been watching Bueller and Bob and that. Like you see enough of them on the TV, like you kind of think of them as a celebrity in a way. So Bob, yeah, I consider you a celebrity. So talking to you and that, I get right shaky because, like, yeah, you have celebrity status in my books.
That's the cool thing about this YouTube and that is that you guys are becoming celebrities or so-called celebrities or whatever, but you're still in the community where people can talk to you and send you things, you know what I mean, and react. And here we are talking, you know what I'm saying, you know, so this is cool. Like I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do love it because like I've met so many great people. I've met you, I've met Fable, Eric. I've met like a lot of great people. Stefan, Chamorro, like all of these great people. And like I didn't say Big Herm because I don't like Big Herm. No.
Oh man.
But yeah, like, and we're from different parts. Like, I'm from Canada. Like, you guys are all in the States and that, and that. Like, there'd be never a time where I'd be walking down the street and I'd run into you guys. Like, it's just great that you can connect with all of these people from all around the world and that you never would meet otherwise. And I love it because, like, now I've met people that it feels like we've known each other for years. Because we talk so much, we talk a lot and stuff, like we're connected as family more now.
Hell yeah.
So. Wow, Travis. No, I love him. I was just kidding. I like to give him
Black Rock Rose. I don't know what that is, but
I don't know either.
Total denial.
All right. Well, we're into an hour. Is there anything else you want to plug?
I think I pretty much said a lot, man. Yeah, it was good to get out here and chit chat with you, bro. Yeah, and get my little story out. Like every man has a story, so I wanted to get some of mine out there. So, you know,
I wanted you to tell it. Like you don't have a channel of your own, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have them on here. Like, you're sending me pictures of stuff that you have signed from Jim Valentino. You're sending me art pictures. You're sending me you drawn in a comic. You're sending me figures you made. I was like, yeah, no, this guy needs to show his stuff off.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, everybody out there. Yeah.
Station, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And remember, 6 p.m. Eastern over on Big Herm Collectibles. Him and Sam from Sam's Tangled Web will be talking everything Daredevil. So you're not going to want to miss that. And then after that, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern over on Chamorro Cinema's channel, Rock and Robbie will be joining him, myself, Nick from Common Culture, and Cryo Prime. We'll be just chatting about 90s cartoons and just chatting in general. Maybe about what we picked up this week, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It's a PCP Wednesday live extravaganza. I said that wrong, but I'll work on it. But Bobby, thank you for stopping by. Everyone, go find him on Instagram. Check out his art. Just a pillar of this community. You see him in a lot of chats supporting everybody. And like it, if you're ever stop by his shop, if you're ever in his area. show that off. There we go.
Thanks, brother.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, Bobby. Thank you for everybody in the chat that made this possible. And as always, stay nerdy, my friends.